Hello, my name is Maarten van Wijhe from the Epidemics Center at Roskilde University, Denmark. In this video, I will shortly present our study entitled Same Place, Different Stories, the Mortality Burden of the 1918-1920 Influenza Pandemic in Denmark. The main aim of the study was to investigate the differences in 1918 pandemic mortality between rural and urban areas. Most estimates of excess mortality burden are dominated by the urban mortality patterns, whereas these patterns might actually greatly differ between cities and towns and the countryside. We used detailed data on incidence and mortality from Denmark, in which we could look at 19 various regions. We used all-cause excess mortality as an estimate of the pandemic mortality impact, which makes it also comparable to other countries and other pandemics. Our estimates showed that the mortality in the capital region of Copenhagen was largest, and was also much larger compared to other rural areas, towns and cities. The urban areas were least affected, but there were also considerable differences between the rural areas, especially the rural areas closest to the large cities were affected more. In general, excess mortality was lowest in the rural areas, and the pandemic was also slightly delayed there, with low excess mortality in 1918 overall. Excess mortality was about twice as large in the towns and cities than in the rural areas. Part of the explanation lies in the high influenza incidence in the cities in 1918, and another reason might be that there are actually more young adults living in the urban areas. It was also them that had the highest mortality risk. It is also likely that the exposure to the pandemic virus was higher in the urban than in the rural settings. Whatever the cause, our study does show that urbanization is a very important differentiating factor in pandemic mortality burden. This work has been published in Economic History Research in 2020.